Okay, so here we are. Today is the end of a really long road to get here and the beginning of an amazing journey that's coming. I had a really important client ask me this morning if I was nervous about this live, and my answer was no, because I feel so strongly about what I'm sharing. But here's the thing. What I'm going to share is going to make some people upset. I'm going to probably burn some bridges today because it's time to change the world, and I'm super grateful for those of you that are willing to do that with me. Do you ever feel like your business only works because you're the one duct taping it together every single day? Like if you stepped away just for a moment, the whole thing might start unraveling. So most business owners won't say this out loud, but I will. That's exhausting. You're fielding messages at night. You're answering questions that your team should already know how to handle. Or you're walking into that meeting where the agenda is just figure it out in real time. You're the go-to, the fix-it, the hero, and everyone claps for the hero. But no one asks how much it's costing you to actually keep that cape on. From the outside, you look successful. You've got revenue, clients, a team, maybe even one of those nice problem to have reputations. But on the inside, you're tired. You're stretched thin. You're the invisible framework that's holding up the entire operation. And if you're really honest, that framework is starting to crack. So here's the truth. This isn't a hustle issue. This is an instability issue. And it's far more common than anyone wants to admit. Because here's how instability works. It doesn't crash down dramatically. It creeps in slowly, subtly, in ways that feel like it's just a part of the job, like a quick email before dinner, or that midnight invoice fix, or a Monday that starts at 5:30 a.m. and still ends with 4 things undone on your list, right? We don't build businesses like this on purpose. We build them in survival mode. We chase momentum. We grab whatever works, and we try to scale the best that we can. But if the weight of the business still lands squarely on you every time something shifts, you don't have a business. You've got a bottleneck. And listen, I say that with love because I've lived it. I've been there. A few years ago, I took my first real break. I was really proud of it. We had the team, the system, we even had some momentum, and it felt like a badge of honor, like I'd finally built something that didn't need me. Until it did. 3 days in, I got a call. A decision had hit the wall, and these emails were flying back and forth. Questions that I thought we'd answered weeks ago were now sitting in my inbox with those nasty red exclamation points. And while my family was waiting for me to be present on vacation, I was back in a digital tug-of-war, trying to stabilize a business that I thought had already outgrown me. That moment wasn't just inconvenient. It was a serious wake-up call because we hadn't built a business. We built a dependency chain. I was the glue. When I left, even temporarily, it all started to tremble. That's not a business. That's a trap with revenue. And that was the moment I knew this is not what I signed up for. It was not for me, and it's not for the leaders that I work with. Not anymore. See, for years I built my identity around solving business problems. I was a coach, a consultant, I was a fixer, and I showed up in garages, boardrooms, coffee shops, trailers, anywhere where people needed me. Because I helped owners scale, I helped them get unstuck, I helped them make hard decisions to reclaim momentum, and it worked until it didn't. Because the world changed, and so did business. Most of us just didn't recognize the change. Because while we were fixing problems, something deeper was eroding underneath the surface. And so I started to notice a real pattern. The owners were winning on paper, but they were exhausted in person. The profits grew, but so did the pressure. And their teams had potential, but no real power. And the systems, they were just pretty spreadsheets with a whole bunch of duct tape underneath. So I started to feel like I was putting Band-Aids on bullet holes. I wasn't solving the root. I was just making it easier to tolerate the chaos. And then, quietly, something changed. Not on a big stage, not in a mastermind group, in a small town that most people just overlook, Kaysville, Utah. Right in the middle of what looked like business as usual, I started to see it. The problem was not the people, it was not the tools, and it wasn't even the economy. It was the model. Now, the entire industry of coaching and consulting is built around you asking for help and someone handing you advice. But advice doesn't install structure. It doesn't replace fatigue with clarity. And it doesn't redesign the way your business actually operates. So I stopped giving advice. I stopped chasing after that next fix. And I even burned the old playbook. And I started to build something else, something more durable, more human, more real. I call it empowerment design. And no, it's not a rebrand. It's not a prettier package for the same old thing. It's a new system entirely, built not around better hustle, but around sustainable structure. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I sat with a home builder who had grown a strong, loyal team, but everything still ran through him: hiring, billing, scheduling, even handling drama between subcontractors. His company wasn't unstable, but it was top heavy. It looked like leadership, but it was really just pressure stacked neatly. So we changed how he communicated. We shifted who made what decisions, and we built a rhythm his people could actually count on. We installed visibility across the board. And when he pulled back, the company actually ran a little bit better. Profits increased, and stress, it dropped. And his team really stepped up because we had designed it to do that exact thing. Or take the plumbing company I worked with. The owner was stuck. Revenue was decent, but everything felt fragile. Leads dropped when he didn't personally follow up, and his guys weren't out there upselling. Quotes were chaotic, and growth, it had stalled out. So we didn't just install processes, not just slap a system on it. We gave him back margin. We built structure where decisions didn't rely on memory or bandwidth, where plumbers knew how to lead conversations with clients, where marketing had a real system, and where the business ran with rhythm and trust. He didn't need more motivation. He needed more oxygen. That's what empowerment design creates. Before I go further, I want to share with you something that I've never actually said publicly, at least not in full. Empowerment design is not a concept. It's a conviction. We refuse to build businesses that drain the very leaders meant to carry them. And we reject the myth that hustle is the only way forward. We are done glorifying survival and celebrating burnout as a badge of honor. Instead, we design. We design businesses that breathe. We design systems that serve us, not enslave us. And we design leadership that expands from the inside out, creating not just success stories, but success systems. Empowerment design is our blueprint for freedom. It's how we shift from chaos to clarity, from exhaustion to energy, and from limitation to limitless possibility. This is not theory. This is not noise. This is structure with soul. This is the intentional build of a business that will outlast its founder, uplift its people, and ripple out to every single life that it touches. This is empowerment design. This isn't coaching. This is not consulting. This is the future of building real businesses that don't rely on heroics. And I didn't build this because I wanted a new offering. I built it because the old way was breaking me, and it was breaking the people that I cared about helping. I wasn't built for the spotlight. I never wanted fame. I wanted real change and growth, not just for me, but for every leader who lies awake at night knowing that they can't keep going like this. I've tested this quietly in businesses that no one was watching, in industries that people said were way too messy to fix. And I've watched companies go from the brink of burnout to peaceful, profitable, predictable growth. And now I'm ready to bring it to you. But not in a quick hit download, not in a checklist, not in a process that you can slap over problems, not another noisy half-baked post. We're going to go deeper, and we're going to do it live. Over the next 10 weeks, I'll be live here twice a week to walk you through the entire empowerment design framework. Not in theory, not as buzzwords, not as that business as usual consulting speak, but with real life stories, tactical shifts, and the strategy that creates stability, freedom, and growth that doesn't chew through your calendar or your soul. This is for the leader who's ready to stop duct taping their way to the next quarter. It's for the founder who knows that the numbers don't mean much if your life is quietly unraveling behind them. This is for anyone who's ready to move from being the engine to being the architect. Because here's the truth. Your business should not require your sacrifice to succeed. Your business should not break your brain to be profitable. And your business should not feel like it's running you. And if it does, it's not your fault. But it is your moment. Let today be the shift, not a resolution, a redesign. I'll see you back here on Friday, same time. Bring your notebook, bring your questions, and bring those quiet doubts. The ones that are saying things like, could this really work for me? Because it can. It already has. So let's build something that lasts together. I'll see you on Friday.